Welcome back to episode 3 of Pastoral Ponderings. We're going to talk about one of our favorite topics today, and that is international travel. We're going to talk through some categories, and you're going to share your travel tips. You've traveled in different parts of the world that I've traveled, but kind of sharing what we've learned and what we would tell people that are kind of new at it.
These are travel hacks.
Yes.
Ways you can make your travel experience more enjoyable.
All right. First area, let's talk about packing. What tips do you have for packing?
Well, I have a list of 11 things. I couldn't get 12. I only have 11. No one wants 11 things, but I have 11 things. So here we go. Number 1 with packing is to pack light. I am a firm believer in packing light. The last thing I want to do when I'm walking through an airport, train station, getting on a bus is having a suitcase, another suitcase, a huge backpack. That's just inconvenient. You don't need that much stuff. So my personal opinion is to pack light. All right, bring a little backpack, put what you need in it, bring a little suitcase. I'll say more about suitcases later, but pack light. But I think you disagree with me on that.
Oh, I tend to be paranoid that I won't have something that I want.
Oh.
So I always have tripods and drones, and I usually take the biggest backpack or the biggest suitcase, but I have suitcase with wheels, and it is a pain. If I was like you, it probably would be better. I'm just paranoid. What if I don't have enough towels? Our family likes to pack pillows. If we don't have the My Pillow by Mike Lindell, I just can't sleep.
That's the one you want?
Yeah.
I always steal the pillows off the airplanes that they give me, but they're like garbage anyway. So,
but I try to save some space. So like if you can electronic Bible, a lot of my prayer stuff, I try to bring pictures of it, whatever else.
Sure.
I don't bring everything paper.
Sure.
So anyway, what's another travel tip?
Along with packing and pillows, funny you should mention them, is a neck pillow.
Oh.
I am a firm believer in the neck pillow. And some people disagree. Some people are like, they're not that comfortable. I really don't like bringing a neck pillow. But for me, when you're on a plane, especially like I've had the opportunity to travel to Uganda, travel to Europe on some occasions, and I believe you have as well. When you're on an 8-hour flight, 9-hour flight, you're going to want to get some sleep. It's a long flight. And so having a neck pillow where you can just relax in the seats. I mean, the seats, if you're flying in economy, which that's typically where I fly, it doesn't recline, the seat is in a bed, you're going to need a pillow. And a neck pillow is a great way to get some rest on the plane. I love neck pillows.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, along with that, I would recommend the memory foam neck pillows. Get the memory foam neck pillows. They're more comfortable, in my opinion. Yeah. That's what I got.
All right. Other things I think about when traveling internationally, get an international phone plan. You can buy, for an extra few dollars a day, you can have it for a period of time. You can have Wi-Fi, so you can have GPS.
Yeah.
You can have Google Translate on your phone. All those kind of things are really helpful.
I think a lot of people make the mistake, unfortunately, that when they travel to other countries, they think other countries are like America. So, like, for example, for me, I have my streaming services, and I'm like, I expect all my streaming services to work in another country. But then I go to that country, and my streaming services don't work. And it's just because it's a different country. It's a different world. There's different stuff going on. And so, same is true with phone plans. You get there, and you're like, wait a minute. My phone doesn't work. That's a problem. You want to avoid that.
And you want to have power adapters, which I think
Yeah.
you can use those for like phones or computers because it'll switch the currency. But for things like blow dryers and irons, like it'll fry the equipment and it won't work. So you can't bring a blow dryer. You can't bring
220.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta be careful of that.
Those things will just burn out the motor or whatever if it has moving parts.
Yeah, last time we were in Uganda, either me or my brother, we're not really sure, we fried my mom's coffee maker because we forgot that.
Yeah.
So, Mom, if you're listening, we're sorry. We're
Yeah.
really sorry. Okay.
I know what you can get her for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Any other travel hacks?
Well, along with traveling, you're sitting in an airport, maybe you're in another country, and to get to your final destination, you're taking a bus, right? You got your backpack on because you're traveling light, so all you got is a backpack. All right? Never let your backpack out of your sight, all right? And I think that's common sense, but so often, you forget it, and all you have to do is make one mistake, is forget it one time. I believe my grandpa one time was traveling, and his backpack got stolen. He left it on his seat. I think he was in the bus. He left it on his seat. He came back, it's gone. Important documentation, passport stuff. So never let your backpack out of your sight. Keep it on you.
Yeah, and you try to keep stuff where it's visible.
Yeah.
Even like in Europe, sometimes if they have like a purse with like a little strap, they'll use razor blades and they'll cut the strap and just take the purse right off, place them.
And run. They're gone.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to chase them. Hey, stop.
You call the police and they're like,
It's not America.
Yeah. That is too bad.
Hey.
But yeah, it even
American.
keep stuff. I try to keep stuff in my front pockets, or if I have a backpack and it's a crowded area, I'll put the backpack on the front. You can see
That's
people
good.
if they're trying to reach in there.
That's good.
Then you'll, because I've carried lots of currency before.
What are your thoughts on fanny packs?
Fanny packs are very, very good because it's right in the front, and I've carried some that go inside your clothes,
Yeah.
and you know, I can carry currency or passports in it, and it straps inside your body. But
Wow.
there's no way anyone's gonna get to that.
Wow. Yeah. Right.
But that helps.
Sure.
What about you?
Well, I'm not a big fanny pack guy. I really not. I'll keep it. Well, you know, I have one more thing here.
Yeah.
Number 4 here, cargo pants. This is why I don't do fanny packs, because I'm a strong believer in cargo pants. And if you're traveling, I would recommend getting a good pair, maybe a couple good pairs of cargo pants with good pockets. In fact, you know, I'm wearing them right now. But you know, these guys, they have pockets and place for you to put valuable stuff like passports, like your yellow fever vaccination card. You know, stuff that you don't want to maybe necessarily go through your backpack every time you need it and dig it out. You just have in your cargo pants, keep it on you. It's right there. You know it's there. You don't have to worry about it getting stolen. Cargo pants are super valuable when it comes to traveling.
Nice.
My opinion.
Well, you have to find your system, right?
Yeah, everybody has different strategies.
But yeah, you have to be aware of those kind of things. All right, what about tickets and travel, being on the airplane, anything in that category you want to?
I wrote down for number 5 something about a visa. Not every country requires a visa. Before you travel to any country, you know, do your due diligence, right? Research that country, research the travel policies, and like if you're gonna leave the airport, what they're gonna need from you. The last thing you want is to be at the airport ready, you're through security, you're ready to board the plane, and you find out you need a visa and you don't have one yet. That's the last thing you want. And so research that stuff. If you need to, purchase a visa ahead of time. Research that, see if you need a tourist visa or some different type of visa. Purchase it ahead of time, print it out, have it so it's just easy. You just hand it to the agent there and they look at it and you're good to go. That's what I would recommend. But not every country needs a visa, so you don't have to do that for every country.
Yeah. And another thing that people don't know is if your plane's delayed more than 2 hours, then you're entitled to like food and compensation.
I did not know that.
But
you're entitled.
But or if they cancel your flight, they have to. I think with the European planes, there's a law they have to pay you cash if they can't reschedule you within a few hours. But they don't just tell you that, so you have to go up and ask at the desk.
Oh.
So like, and I was laid over once, and they didn't say anything, but we walked up there and they gave me a food voucher, just because I asked. But like, because our plane broke down in Pittsburgh once.
That's awesome because airport food, it's
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, it is.
It's really expensive.
Yeah,
You know, your $8 coffee right there.
Yeah, right. You wonder who sets the prices?
Oh.
They must be very, very rich. But those are some of the things. What about riding on the airplane? Do you have a preference? Are you an aisle guy? Are you a window guy?
Me personally, I love planes, and a lot of people disagree with me on this. I'm a window guy. I'm a window guy to the extent that I will actually pay an extra $50, $75 to buy my seat, so that I can guarantee sitting at the window. There are some benefits to that. You know, I just love seeing the takeoff, seeing the landing, seeing the clouds. You know, I just love that. And then also, if you're on a red-eye flight, you're traveling overnight, you need to get some sleep, you got a place to put your head, you know, you got a side of the plane you can lean up against. If you're in a middle seat, you know, it's like, am I going to lean to this stranger? Am I going to lean on this stranger, you know? But having a window seat, you got a place to put your head, and I really like that.
All right.
My personal opinion, a lot of people value the leg room over having a window seat.
Yeah.
That's why they might choose an aisle. But I'm short, so that's not a problem.
Oh, yeah. I like to get up and walk around, so I can't sit too long. So I can jump up if I'm by the aisle. So that's kind of where I am. So whenever you go to some of the more famous cities or bigger cities, a lot of times there's subways. Know your subway system. Buy your all-day travel pass. A lot of them are quick and convenient. You can jump in and jump off of places.
Sure.
Jet lag. Let's talk about jet lag. Anything you want to say about jet lag?
Jet lag's tough. It's tough to deal with, and that's just kind of like the price you're gonna have to pay to travel. There's not much you can do about it. But we talked about this earlier. I think we agree on this. Push through. Don't sleep before it's nighttime. So if you arrive in a country and let's say you land in the morning and you've just gotten off a red-eye flight, you're gonna be tired. You're gonna be really, really tired because even if you sleep on the plane, you're not gonna get good sleep. It's gonna be mediocre sleep at best. You're gonna be tired, but resist the urge to sleep during the day because then when it comes night, you'll be tired, you'll push through, but you'll sleep, and that will just help your body reset. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, and they say if you take it easy and take extra long naps and whatever, it just takes longer. So usually day 1 is miserable, day 2 is not as bad, and by day 3 you're like a regular person.
Yeah.
And by the 4th day you don't even know that you had it.
You will have miserable moments. The key is to having as few miserable moments as possible.
Well, part of jet lag they say is because it's so dry when you fly. So drink plenty of liquids.
Oh yeah.
Drink your clear liquids. Mm-hmm. Like Coke doesn't help you hydrate.
Coke.
Like
coffee.
Yeah.
Probably no. Coffee's actually terrible.
Yeah. So you want to drink plenty of water.
Yeah.
Or Sprite or something like that. So those things are help. Any other tips you have for us?
I have something down here about just, once again, doing your due diligence, researching the country you're flying to. Some countries, I'm thinking of Uganda, require some vaccinations like yellow fever. So you have to have a certificate showing that you've had a yellow fever vaccination or they won't let you enter the country. And it's not a big deal. You just got to have that vaccination. But do your research. And have that documentation ready to show them when you enter into the country. Yeah,
and along the lines of research, you need to know your currency. What's the currency exchange? Yep. Do you have the local exchange? A lot of times, cash is king. A lot of times people will negotiate if you have cash. They'll charge you a lower price. If you use a Visa card in a foreign country, there's like a 3% service charge. If you want to get money out of an ATM, who's going to handle the transaction? It's going to ask you. You want to pick your home bank because then you avoid fees. If you use your Visa card like for a big meal, what currency do you want to pay in? You pick the local currency, it saves you fees as well. But make sure you have some cash on hand just in case there's an emergency. Some places may not take your card. So having cash could be a big help.
Now, are you the type of guy that if you're in another country and you're in the market and you want to buy like a souvenir, maybe a shirt or something, and they give you a price, you're like, absolutely, I'm going to pay the price that they give you immediately?
Oh no.
What do you do?
I offer them another price. I offer like half and just see where it goes.
So you bargain with them.
And sometimes they'll be like, that's ridiculous. And then they'll come back with something like in the middle. And then you're like, okay.
Okay, well, yeah. All right. So you never settle for the original price.
No, anything, street vendor, street market, there's almost always some wiggle. That's what I've found.
Sure.
That's normally how that works. But you have not because you asked that. As Americans, it almost hurts us. We're like, oh, am I taking away from his kids and his family? But like the locals do it all. I mean, the locals get charged less than you do. Like,
yeah, they know where you're from. Yeah. They know who you are.
I had somebody even ask me one time. I was buying tickets for the Parthenon, and they're like, "Are you from?" They're asking me like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "America." They're like, "Okay, here's your price."
Yeah, here's your American price.
So it does depend where you're from. So
absolutely.
I don't feel so terrible about that. And I think as Americans sometimes we have a bad reputation because we're loud.
Yeah,
people see
we
us
are loud.
Yes, but you just look around. Is everyone else on that bus or subway or tram quiet? They don't talk so loud.
You just like to draw all the attention to yourself.
Yeah. Just try to blend in a little bit. Don't be a complete tourist.
That'd be good.
And even like tips on meals, like a lot of countries, they don't do tips because they have a higher minimum wage.
Yeah.
So like even in Europe, if you give, some people just round off to the nearest euro and that's the tip.
Right.
But if you want to be generous, like 10% is like crazy good.
Right.
Most people don't even do that.
Yeah, in Uganda, typically they don't do tips.
It's
American.
American
thing.
It's an American
yeah.
thing, yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I try to like show up early for big places because
Mhm.
like if you go in the morning, like it's empty. Like by lunchtime, like you're like this whenever
So
you try to
show
walk.
up early.
Check it out. Sometimes you have it to yourself if you're early enough.
Do you have any recommendations for how far out you might book tickets? Like, let's say you want to go to the Parthenon, and you don't want to. Maybe you want to go in a slot in the day. You don't want to go in rush hour. Do you have any tips for like booking stuff out in advance? Would you recommend booking stuff in advance?
Yeah, for sure. So it's to me when you're planning a big trip, there's like a hierarchy of what's the most important thing. So I start with airplane tickets.
Right. You got to get there. Let's
Because-
start with that.
And if you might have to push it up or back a day to save large amounts of money.
Yeah.
And then from there, then I do hotels.
Gotta sleep.
Yeah, but
That's
the
important.
hotels also shows you which cities you're in and how many nights.
Yep.
And then last, I would do the actual event tickets.
Sure.
But most event tickets you can buy online,
Right.
or and a lot of times they'll charge you less if you do it online because they don't want you standing there
Mhm.
and hassling an agent. They're trying to figure out the currency or whatever.
It's hard.
So they want you. So even if it's even a week in advance, I check online first just to double check.
Sure.
And then from there, then I do like restaurants. I see what's available.
Sure.
So I try to do it in that order.
Yeah. That's good. Probably book things out in advance, online.
Rental cars, you want
Rental
to
cars.
do that early too. Rental cars can run out, or what's the best for rental cars is if they're like, we didn't have yours in stock, so we upgraded you.
It's like, yeah, you did. Now I have to ask this. You've been to Europe quite a bit, from what I
Yeah.
understand. Do you have any advice for driving in Europe?
Yes.
Like do's, don'ts, differences.
Yeah, so your GPS on your phone works, but everything's in kilometers instead of miles per hour.
That's different.
So when it's like when you're like a mile away, like you have time to think about it. When you're 1 kilometer away,
You're there.
Yes. I mean, a lot of times they'll give you tickets through the mail, or they'll charge a rental car company.
Oh.
They're not going to pull you over.
Hmm.
And then a lot of times you need like stickers on your car for certain countries, or
Hmm.
they'll get you if you don't have it. So
You gotta make
when
sure
you
got
when
it.
you first get into the country, you have to get your little vignette. They call it. They put the sticker on there, then you're free to travel. So several countries I had
Good to know.
did that. And then
Wow.
sometimes some of the countries they have like toll roads, like Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just pay those online. You
Like
just-
you can here.
yeah.
How cool is that?
So I used to keep a journal of which ones I passed.
Right.
Then when I got back, I would enter the information. Because if not, they send you a ticket through the rental car company, which puts a fee on it because they had to handle your.
It'll be more. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Very good. Well, do you have anything else for travel hack wise?
I feel like nothing ever goes quite the way you planned.
That is true. There's always complications.
So I think you just enjoy it because you'll meet people you don't expect to meet. I was in Vienna once and we met this guy with a big sign for Jesus Christ, and he had a flag. And
Cool.
I mean, he lived in a Muslim country and he'd been persecuted for his faith, and he had all
Wow.
these scars. But I didn't.
That's cool. That's a
Yeah.
cool encounter.
Yeah.
It's
And
really
the other
cool.
thing is, try the ice cream.
Ooh.
Ice cream is different in different places.
Gelato.
Yes.
Oh.
There's flavors overseas that don't exist in America.
Probably good.
My two favorites don't exist in America. So the minute I get overseas, I look for the local ice cream. It's always
Wow.
it's inexpensive. They have flavors we don't have, and I'm in. Anyway,
Oh, wow.
life is an adventure. Just enjoy it. If something goes wrong or you have to change your plan, just enjoy that.
Don't get upset. Don't let it ruin your
Yeah.
vacation
Yeah.
or your mission trip or whatever. It's okay.
Yeah,
Work through it. We'll be fine.
roll with it.
I got one for being on the plane. When you're on the plane, I have one tip, one hack,
Yeah.
or at least one thing to look for. You know, if you're a guy like me, I don't know about you, I think you probably ride first class, like business class, typically. I ride economy. I fly economy. I don't even do economy plus. I do economy. I'm right in the back of the plane. All right. But what a lot of airlines do this. They're not going to tell you this, not going to advertise this, but you know, you get in the flight, you get 4 hours, 5 hours into the flight, you might get hungry, you know, because that happens. You know, the food they feed you isn't going to last the whole time. You get hungry. A lot of airlines have snacks set out for you in the galley in the back. And they don't advertise this. They're not like putting out signs saying, go check in the back. There's snacks. But you know, go look, go check, because there might be snacks in the back for you, free. I mean, nothing's free, right? You paid for it. But, you know, you can go. It feels like it's free in the moment. Go, grab a snack, take it back to your seat so you don't starve on the plane. Just
I mean,
a little hack there.
I've seen
Drinks too.
little waters,
Mhm.
juices, little Pringle cans,
Yep.
chips, sandwiches. Just like, I mean, I loaded up the one time. It was so good.
I mean, staying hydrated is really important because they will never give you enough liquid
Yeah.
on the plane. You gotta either ask them for liquid or go and get your own liquid, water or whatever you need. So that's in the back. Go look. Next time you're on a plane, go look. They might be there. So that's just one I have. I have another one.
What's that?
Dress comfortably. When you're
Yes.
traveling overnight, 8-hour flight, 10-hour flight. Yeah, you want to dress comfortably, all right? And a big part of that is your shoes.
Shoes.
Make sure you got good shoes, comfortable shoes. When you're in an airport, when you're traveling, there's a lot of walking. And so make sure you have comfortable footwear on you. And part of that is also cargo pants. I like cargo pants because they're comfortable. They're convenient and they're comfortable. So dress comfortably when you're traveling. I have one more, but do you have any more?
I'm out.
You're out? You're done?
Yeah.
I have one more. Whatever airline you're traveling, download their app. And I would recommend, because through their app, they're going to give you information about the country you're flying through, travel procedures, like dimensions when it comes to your carry-ons. Check those because your carry-ons that you bring on the plane have to be a certain dimension and size as well. And so sometimes you can kind of sneak in and they won't cause you a problem. They won't give you a problem. But sometimes they will. And if you have a carry-on that's too big or a carry-on that's too heavy and they get you on that and the person working with you that day decides to have a problem with you, they can give you a problem. They can really give you a problem. So check that stuff. But downloading the airline's app, whether you're flying United, you get the United app or the American app or whatever it is, can really help you. All your boarding passes are going to be right there on the app, so you don't have to worry about having all the paper stuff because you can lose paper. Paper's dangerous. But if you just have your phone there, it's just really easy. So I recommend getting the app.
In the app, they can also give you updates and alerts if they're
Absolutely,
delayed or
right.
if it's time for you to board.
It's too easy.
And then if you have a big group and one person has too much weight, then you give it to someone else in the group.
Yeah.
I'm taking stuff out of my
Who's left,
suitcase.
who's less.
But it's still awkward to unzip your suitcase in front of like 50 people.
Nobody wants to do that.
You open it up, it's like,
It's inconvenient.
here's my drawers.
And like if you have to go through a connecting airport, when you're in that airport, you're gonna be tired. And the last thing you want to deal with when you're tired is having to rearrange luggage. Like that's just one thing I forgot to write down is to make sure you have the right size of toothpaste.
Yes.
Travel toothpaste.
Yep.
Travel shampoo. Travel shaving cream. Because they'll get you. If you're, what is it? I forget the exact.
4 ounces.
4 ounces? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can buy them at Walmart, but make sure you get the right size because they'll give you a problem.
Oh.
And you'll be in a airport in Amsterdam and you'll be wanting to brush your teeth, but you won't have any toothpaste because they took it from you
Yeah.
because it was too big.
I had a teen once that we were traveling somewhere and his suitcase was too heavy. So I told him, put it in your little pillowcase. So then he put like a book in his pillowcase and then he was like, fine. But then on the way back, he didn't want to pack, so he just loaded up his pillowcase. So he had like a cactus in there.
What? In his pillowcase?
Yes.
Was the pillow ever good?
It was in a box.
Oh.
And then he had like a knife and like TS, because he was carrying the pillow with him. So TSA took away his knife. He's like, my brother gave me that. Like, you can't take a knife on the...
You gotta check that.
Yeah, you can't take a knife on the plane. No. But anyway.
Well, that's all I got. Travel hacks.
Life is an adventure.
Life is an adventure.
Enjoy the ride. Don't get too excited.
That's it.
But hopefully you have some chance to get out and enjoy. Well, that's all we have for Pastoral Ponderings today. We hope that you have a good day, and we'll catch you later.